What's good, fight fans? It's your boy Kwik back again with a video giving you tonight's recap of the three fights that was on Showtime. We're talking about Cool Boy Steph versus Arnold Khegai, and we got Swift Jarrett hurd versus Francisco Santana, and tonight's headline was Danny Swift Garcia versus Ivan Redkach. Tonight, we had tonight was my favorite fight was Cool Boy Steph, which Stephen Fulton Jr. versus Arnold Khegai, because pretty much, I'm a fighter that loves the sweet science, that loves the jab. And Cool Boy Steph, pretty much, that jab was pretty much stiff. He was pretty much sticking Khegai all night long. And I love that about him. I mean, he pretty much set the tone with the jab, placing the jab, from head shots to body shots and, good ring generalship. I love that. I love everything about what Cool Boy Steph did all night. Anytime he felt himself getting on the rope, he got off the ropes. I mean, I love everything about it. Khegai, he came to fight, but at the end of the day, Cool Boy Steph, he was just a better fighter tonight. I mean, no matter what, I mean, Khegai, he still had that, whatever you call that, Muay Thai kind of tactic, but Cool Boy Steph wasn't having it. So, shouts out to him. He continued his win streak, like six or so fights, knocking these guys undefeated record out the park. He grabbed the WBO title. So, shout outs to him, man. So, like I said, you can win a whole fight 12 rounds with just a jab. The jab is like the master. I mean, he did not abandon the jab the whole night of the fight. So that's why I said you work behind that jab. That's the masterful. So I love everything about what Cool Boy Steph did tonight. So like I said, shout outs to Philly. He represented Philly. He brought a title home. So he represented. So, shouts out to him. And then we had, Swift Jarrett hurd. That's one of the things I wanted to see tonight with him. He got a new trainer, got Coach K. So if anybody, Coach K, he's in the corner with Shakur Stevenson. And, if you know Shakur Stevenson, he got a great coach. So the thing I like about I was looking to see with Jarrett hurd was good footwork. I want to see if he's gonna slip punches or whatever. I definitely want to see him establish a jab. He definitely said he wanted to try to establish the uppercut, which I did see. I did see that. So I mean, but that's one of the bigger things I wanted to see about Jarrett hurd, because the thing, if you watch his last previous fights and stuff like that, he's a straight, he comes forward and he likes to brawl. So it's like he had no head movement, because it's like he's gonna be in front of you all night. He's one of those guys that he's gonna take punches and he's gonna give punches. Like he'll take 2 or 3 punches and he'll give. And to me, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. And that's gonna wear you down. That's gonna break you down later on. So to me, he was gonna have a short career. So I see Coach K, he's gonna pretty much establish he's gonna pretty much change everything about what Jarrett hurd was gonna, about his whole he's gonna change everything about him. So to me, I feel like this fight, it was a slow paced fight to me, because I felt like he's going to pretty much bring something new to the table. And, coming out in the fight, early on in the fight, I did see, him using the jab, establishing the jab, moving around a little bit, slow pace. But I did see him going back to his old ways, because I did see his pace, his output did slow down a little bit. And I saw Francisco, he was jumping on him a little bit. And to me, I feel like I need to see maybe 1-2 more fights, because this is first time with Coach K. I mean, that's nothing bad, because like I said, you need 1 or 2 fights with your new coach to see how things are going to be. But I still feel like I want to see a little bit more speed with Jarrett hurd, because if he's talking about a rematch with J-Rock, and if he's talking about with Charlo, because everybody know styles make fights. And so we talking about these guys is really going to have a little bit more speed, faster than what his opponent tonight had. So my thing is, if that's the case, I need to see a little bit more speed, a little bit more movement, and once again, a little bit more head work. And I thought I was gonna see a little bit more countering from hurd. Which, like I said, I mean, this is his first fight back, and he got the win, he got the W, so he can go back to the drawing board, and they can add to what's already established already. So, like I said, he coming from a trainer that he's been with for so long, over 10 or so years. So, to me, I mean, I felt good about this fight, but like I said, you know, fans booing. Like I said, it is what it is. But I still think, I mean, I wanted to see, I was looking to see a little bit more, and I feel like I will see something more later on. And I still think, I know, you know, he's still calling out Charlo and all those guys like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, I still think, 1 or 2 more fights, I think he's still getting the mix. But you never know. I mean, you never know what Coach K got established is going to come up for him later on in the future. But I felt good. I mean, I felt good from what I seen. The footwork was one of the biggest things for me because, like I said, once you get hit and you can't get out, you can't turn, you can't move. Those one of the big things about him that I wanted to see because he used to take a lot of shots. So I mean, he didn't. You know, when I saw Francisco had him on the corner, had him on the ropes and stuff like that, I want to see how he can turn him and get him out of the way and then throw that jab. That's one of the things I wanted to see with with her. So we'll see how that goes. And then we had the headliner with Danny Swift Garcia. So it was the night of the Swift. So we had 2 Swifts. So Ivan Redkach. The biggest thing that to me with him, I was anticipating Danny to kind of walk through him a little bit because once I saw early on, probably like the 3rd or 4th round maybe, once I saw that that Redkach couldn't really get close enough to Danny to really establish that inside game like he did with Devin Alexander. I don't know if y'all you fight fans, I don't know if y'all really have watched that fight because like I always want to try to watch 1 or 2 fights previously before other fight before they kind of get their matchup. That's what I normally do because when he fought Devin Alexander, I'm talking Ivan Redkach, he had a good uppercut. He established that uppercut, but he could never get close enough to Danny. So me personally, I saw how Danny had, Danny Garcia, he don't waste a lot of shots. He's all about countering. That catch and release, that catching. And then another thing too, I mean, Danny was doing that he was doing that twerk. He was twerking his punch. He was letting Ivan know that he was ready to throw those punches. So to me, and he's talking about fighting Manny, and then when you turn your body like that, I mean, when you got somebody that's quick with reflexes and stuff like that, the way Manny is, and he's still quick on his toes like that, and he's quick with reaction, I don't think that's going to be good. So we'll see. But I mean, those kind of fighters like that, that's quick to see those kind of movements and stuff like that. I don't know, but the thing that gets me is I felt like he was going to at least get a couple of knockdowns. So he was beating them up. I mean, he was ready, doing what he has to do. But I kind of felt like Danny was going to walk through this guy after the 5th or 6th rounds or whatever. But he got the W or whatever. But the thing that stood out for me, at the end of the fight, he called out Mickey Garcia, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. He ain't called out Crawford though. So, like I said, those fights it's still easy to make. But in my previous video, I mean, he still won't call him out. But at the end of the day, I know he still want that get back, and with Thurman, because it was a close fight with with Thurman. I feel like he can still get it, but I still think that those guys. But I don't know what he calling Mickey out, because maybe he saw something in the fight with Earl that could be something of significance for him if they ever fight. Because if you notice, if anyone saw it, I mean, you fight fans, y'all can hit me in the comments. But if you notice, the punch output between Earl and Mickey, he had a low punch output. So me personally, I don't want to see the fight, but as a fight fan, yes, I will watch it. But with Manny, I mean, because Ivan Redkach, he's definitely a southpaw. So I mean, the countering, I mean, Danny don't waste a lot of shots, so he's definitely good at countering. He's definitely an accurate puncher, and he has power. So I don't know. I mean, how he's going to play out as far as him fighting Manny with the way he if you take this last performance of this fight and you compare it to his fight moving forward. I mean, me personally, I still think Manny's going to give him problems. Spence going to give him problems. Thurman is going to box him. I mean, like he did last time. He's not going to be there. He's going to, I mean, I think Thurman's going to definitely going to box him like last time. And it still might be another close decision. So that's still a 50-50 fight for me. If it happens. I mean, I called a 50-50 fight last time. I definitely didn't call no unanimous decision between neither one of them. So, I mean, I'm glad I have this platform now. So if it do happens, I will still say leading up to that fight, I'll still be a 50-50 fight between the two. So I'm just hoping if things was to happen that if Crawford get in the mix, I really want to see that fight happen, because I feel like being at Crawford's a switch fighter, that would be a good setup for him. But Manny, I still feel Manny would give him major problems, just like Spence will, because Spence has way more power than Manny. I mean, but Manny is a heavy output of punches. So as far as combination wise, getting inside. But another thing too, I still feel like I said, Danny is definitely a great counter puncher. So he can, Danny can catch you coming out of those combinations. That's one of the things I feel like that he's anticipating, the way Marquez caught Manny, coming in and he can come out too. So that's a lot of things you can look at when you come to this boxing. Like I said, styles make fights, so you never know how things work when you try to put these fights together. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I like it. It was a slow fight tonight. I just felt like I thought Danny was going to walk through him, get a couple of knockdowns or something like that. But when you got a fighter that's in there to survive. It is what it is. It's not gonna be the kind of fight that everyone likes, in the crowd. So, I mean, hats off to all the fighters tonight that they got their victory. So, I mean, as a fan, we're not gonna get what we want, but I enjoy the fight because, like I said, it's boxing. So as a fan, you're gonna watch it regardless. I mean, despite all the boos. So it is what it is. So it's your boy Kwik, just giving you a recap of tonight's fights. I appreciate everyone rocking with me. I want to thank all my subscribers. So until next time, peace.